I'm gonna do Mumbai again. Playing in 3 times speed, of course. Early game just way too slow not to do that. The hardest part about Mumbai is the fact that you don't get very many bridges. Later in the round, you'd be hoping for a bridge and it just won't come. Really lucky spawns so far, though. Brought this road farther south to make it easier to connect it to the other pink should I get a better spawn. If I get a better one spawn later, I can attach this one over here more likely. I'm gonna leave that road there. Hopefully, if I get more houses, they show up here or down here. It's just too far of a drive to bring them all the way around here, so just motorway up there. Won't be very much traffic using it, seeing as how it's a gray on a railroad. Don't like the idea of two roads like this going across, but I dislike even more the idea of two colors of traffic driving on one road, especially when I have two gray shops already attached to the network. Actually, I'm going to take this all the way to the south and encourage more gray houses to spawn. Alright, with that one house, I'm going to retain my motorway. Likely I'm going to be using it for the grays. Do something like this. This blue I'm not going to attach until I get a couple more, and then I may attach them to this centrally located blue. And then this cluster will only feed to one shop. I think a lot of times this central northern railroad stop becomes a yellow. If that happens, then I will attach this one over here. If I can get one or two more pinks to spawn, you know, behind where my image is here, I will connect those in. Okay, that's just gray traffic. And there's the yellow to the north. I don't have any bridges. Let's see. I think I'm leaning toward motorwaying this blue, and I'll retain that bridge. this. Got a lot of extra gray up here in the north, so I'm looking at possibly changing Alright, so I got a lot of gray up north. I'm going to go here. So these grays will feed the railroad and this one. I'll disconnect these here. This one I'll move over here so the houses that are farther away will feed that one, and then these will feed this one. Alright, so it was a preemptive move that wasn't even on purpose, but it worked just the same. These cream colored houses will get motorwayed over. And a couple more grays down here. So for now, everything looks okay. I'm gonna choose traffic lights. I probably won't use them, but why not? So I think I've just decided, since I have 6 blues attached to the north side here, I'm going to take them over here as well and get rid of this long path, which will give me more spawning room for cream colored houses, which I'm going to bring around the south here. I've got more room for cream color, I've got more room for yellow also. And the blue that is here is now solely fitting this one over here, which for now I like that. We'll let it go. We could get to the point where it would make more sense to bring the blue from the far side here down to this one and then use these on a different one. We'll decide that based on the first one that turns into a circle shopping mall as opposed to just a standard square shop. Alright, that yellow, I don't like that yellow going into the same side as the gray. I'll just do that. Because these grays have to have priority on this road because they are feeding this shop as well as the railroad junction. You could use some more pink getting to this one. So I'm looking at getting, I think I can take these yellow around this direction. And I'm going to give these pinks over to the service of this one. And since I have bridges available, we can do this. And utilize the pinks that have already spawned down here. There we go. So this pink that spawned up here is pretty much worthless. What else can we do with it? Nothing to worry about right now, I suppose. We could use some more blue. This one seems to have high demand, so possibly I've got 6 there, I've got 6 here. Maybe we'll just do this connection and remove this connection before we do anything else, and that will give some extra traffic over. Well, now the problem solved itself. So I'm going to leave these to supply the demand for this one, and I will use a motorway to supply this one, and then remove this bridge I just created. way down there, I couldn't even see. The demand for blue is skyrocketing. Alright, so we just gained a pink down here. I suppose this can go down. Is it already? I guess it was connected the long way already, but it's better this way now. Alright. So yeah, we've got these pinks all spawning down here. We've only got room for a house here and a house in the bottom right behind my face. And that's the only spawnable spaces we still have on this side of the map. If I remove this road, I'm removing some gray connections on the back. I've only got one bridge, so I'm not going to use the grays that I disconnected for now. They weren't being used already, but it created 3 spawning spots instead of just one spawning spot for new pink houses. And I'm going to split off the pink traffic. Slightly longer drive, but with a roundabout, I think it'll be more efficient if traffic starts causing trouble. Let me turn off my camera for a second. Alright, so in the bottom right, you can see what I've been working on here. I've got 2 spawning areas still available. Since the bottom of the map, no houses will spawn at the very bottom of the map. It's possible that I could get maybe one more. Yeah, so I can get one here, here, or here. Actually, this spot right here will never have a house spawn on it, because I believe when a house spawns in, it has to be facing north, south, east, or west. It can't be diagonal. So there's no chance of a house spawning there. That's alright. Turn my camera back on here. So I've only got 3 gray houses attached to this shop down here, and the demand is high. I'm thinking I need to do something different here. I've got plenty of extra gray up here, but there's no way to get them across the railroad tracks efficiently. I've got a couple of random ones, some sporadic connection here. I could take the cream color around the base here, the far south. Actually, if I can go a direct angle like that. A direct 45-degree angle is the fastest road other than a motorway. Alright, so now I've gained a motorway where I didn't have one before, and let's see what I can do. I have a network of 4. I can, let's see, there are several houses that have 0 demand on them. So I just connected some extra blue. That's the only one super high demand. These cream colored ones are high demand, which I suppose will fix itself once they get there. Alright, so I'm going to disconnect this gray house, which has to cross the tracks, and I will also disconnect that one. This one, actually I'd rather just let this all become spawning area and see what happens. There we go. Yeah, the train down in the far south. The train down in the far south may have gotten me here. It looks like I'm about to lose. Not much I can do about it. It's close. Yep, it was really close to catching back up, but not much I could do about that. Let's see where we're at. I didn't quite beat my last record. I'll give it another shot. So far it's been pretty unfortunate spawns for houses. Mumbai is a very difficult map though, and it's pretty common to just have terrible spawns. So early this felt like a really bad spawn, but now it's turning into really a pretty good situation. I was able to change the orientation of quite a bit of what's going on up here, and it looks good. attach this yellow, even though there's an intersection here now. This one's closer and there's no railroad for it to go through. Alright, so I'm leaning towards getting my blues connected here and then motorwaying the gray. Motorway the gray. These can feed into either of these equally efficient, and then the blue will get down here. Alright, so I could use some more gray down here. I think I'm going to take these three that are the farthest drive currently. And I will motorway them down to here. Avoid the railroad crossing. Alright, so I'm leaning towards putting these grays in with the blue since I have a roundabout, segregating the traffic off here. They'll feed into this gray. I'll get rid of this and this. My logic behind that is that there should be plenty of gray to supply the demand down here. I won't have traffic crossing itself. I'm thinking about motorwaying something over. Probably have to be the pink, but we'll see where the demand comes in. I don't think I've ever had such a good spawn for the cream in this level since it spawned here instead of down here in the south. I don't have to use a bridge or a motorway to get that cream colored place done properly, which is very nice. Could use some more pink spawn up here. I don't know if that will happen or not. I got another gray and another gray shot. All right. I'm leaning towards taking the first three here. I'll take this pink down. I'll leave it like that for now. So I have another pink spawn up here, but there's no easy way to use it unless I suppose I could get rid of that one. These grays are just going over to the railroad, so the demand isn't extreme. Gets one more house connected to the network. Alright. So demand seems to be going up quite a bit. See what we can do here. I'm leaning towards taking these, which are crossing the railroad, and eliminating the railroad crossing. If I do something like this, and then motorway it over, if I can force the motorway, there we go, force the motorway to go into an angle where a house can't even spawn. Maximize my chances at more spawns there. Alright, so I'm leaning towards making the pinks go to the north side. All the grays will stay to the south. This will force these blues to feed this one down here. The pink is barely able to keep up with demand. I'm thinking I need a second motorway just to go directly to this pink. Okay. Alright, so since that motorway now goes there, I'm guessing I'm going to get quite a few more pinks spawn in quickly here. I'm going to have 2 pinks, 2 yellows. Those go directly to that shop. This motorway won't be needed. And now these 4 pinks, I can motorway over to here. As soon as I get my motorway back. I think that will solve all my issues for now. Should get it back any second now. Come on, come on. I might lose because I'm not going to get it in time here. Toast. It's just taking too long. Nothing I could do there. Didn't have any